Hello world, this is DeAndre Horton and welcome to The Message. Now for those of you that are new to this, my previous title for these videos was The Thoughts of an Outcast, but I decided to change the name from The Thoughts of an Outcast to The Message because I thought that this title would fit my purpose more clearly. Now, my purpose for The Message is to provide, my outlook and commentary on various issues going on in the world today. Now for this video today, I will be talking about rejection and forgiveness. Now rejection is a natural part of life and it comes in various forms. People may be rejected in a job interview or on the job. They could be rejected from a person, whether it be in a relationship or by family members, or they could be rejected in some other form. So, rejection, as well as taking on many forms, its coping mechanisms take on many forms. Some people take drinking up, some people cut themselves, and some people find other means of coping with their rejection because they feel like drinking it can be used as a way to ease the pain, and cutting could be a way to express the pain that they're feeling. But there are other ways to deal with this that are less dangerous to a person. If you get rejected, don't look at it as something that's negative, as, oh man, I'm up in arms. What do I do now? I've gotten rejected and I just don't know what to do. Look at it as a positive because being rejected isn't necessarily a bad thing. Rejection can offer you ways to grow and let you see what it is that you can do to improve yourself. And rejection also can be a way of showing you that whatever you were trying to accomplish or go after may not necessarily be for you. Because you're going to hear no a lot more in life than you hear yes. And it's these situations where you get rejected or something negative seems to happen that you grow the most. You learn a lot more from a negative situation or a loss, if you will, than you would from a positive. Mistakes offer you growth. Positive things do too, but again, you learn more from mistakes and bad situations than you do from good ones. Now, forgiveness ties into rejection. When you've been rejected, you know, people tend to hold grudges over different things, and sometimes those grudges can be deeply festered in the human body and human soul. They can hold them from up to 20 to 30 years. If they feel like that the situation was just that deeply rooted for them, it just hurt them that bad. But as the saying goes, time heals all wounds. Some things you may be able to get over quickly, and then some it may take time. It's not going to necessarily come a day after, a week after, a month after, or a year after. Sometimes it could be 20 years down the road, or 50 or 100, before you finally able to cope with those things that hurt you so much. Because it may really damage you. I mean, you see kids who don't have one parent in the household or may not have either one of them. They may have to stay with their grandparents. That could hurt them. They could hold that against their parents for their life, rest of their life. And they could say, well, my parents didn't want me. So they may act out upon that anger that they're feeling because they didn't have that adult influence in their life. You see people who get rejected by a person in an attempt to date them or begin a relationship with them, and they cope with it by, you know, drinking or eating less because they would say, well, that person rejected me. It's something obviously wrong with me, isn't it? Why can't that person love me or want to be with me for me? you know and they start to look at themselves and say, well, what can I change about myself to make myself more attractive to this person? But I'm here to let everybody know that watch my videos. There's nothing wrong with you as a person. We all have flaws, true enough. There are things that we can improve on as people. But there's nothing wrong with anybody as a person to have the companionship of another person in their life. If a person cannot look at you and see the good that you possess and the good qualities that you bring to the table, then that's their loss as a person because they're missing out on a wonderful person. So you may not have the body figure that they want you to have, or your outer appearance might not be as aesthetically pleasing to them as it would be from a supermodel or Beyonce or any of these other celebrities that you look at and say, well, they're just gorgeous people. Again, this goes back to what I said in my very first video. We as a society have become so concerned with the outer appearance of people that we've become numb to the actual inner appearance of a person, the true beauty, the inner beauty. That's the natural beauty. And I have always said that your character, your good qualities, they can cover up even the ugliest outer appearances because at the end of the day, that's what truly matters. The outer appearance, not the outer appearance. The inner appearance is what matters. The content of your character is what matters, not what you look like on the outside, because looks fade, and true beauty remains in those that have good intentions and their hearts in the right place. So, for those of you again who feel like you're not good enough because someone's telling you how you look, you're not good for anybody. You're not gonna make it. You're not gonna be a good companion for anybody. Don't listen to them because they don't know what they're talking about. Because they're not taking the time to get to know you and see you beyond your outer appearance. We're all beautiful in our own way, and we all have special talents and things that we can provide to people. And we just have to find the right ones that are worth the time to invest our time and our efforts and our talents and resources in so they can truly see how magical we are as people. So my closing message for today's video is that don't let rejection define you. Forgive those who misunderstand you, who look at you and say because you don't look a certain way that you're not worth their time. Forgive them for that. Forgive those who hurt you in the past for whatever reason. Do not hold it against them, because we all have to get to a point in our lives where we understand the things that we've done in our past. And for them, maybe they have not reached that level of maturity yet, so they cannot understand what's going on, and they can't understand and see how they're hurting a person. So you have to let people grow and mature at their own pace. So don't hold something against someone that they did to you, because again, if they don't understand, and give them time to grow, and if they do and they know what they're doing, then again, that's on them. That's their fault because they're not recognizing how great of a person you are. And this will be my inspirational quote to sum this whole video up. When your vision is operating on a higher level than your surroundings, expect to be misunderstood and talked about. When you see things differently than most other people, expect you to be looked upon, frowned upon, and just talked about like you're some trash on the side of the street, because they're not understanding what you're trying to tell them, because you're operating in life at a different mindset and level than the next person is. Again, it goes back to maturity. They have to get to that level of understanding for themselves, and they may not understand it right now like you're understanding it. And again, that just takes time. So again, keep doing what you're doing, and you can just only hope that the other people can come around. That'll do it for this video. As always, give me comments, suggestions, criticisms, and concerns in the comment section. Subscribe, subscribe to my YouTube channel, DeAndre Horton, to see my videos. And again, if you have any suggestions on what you would like to see me talk about, please tell me, and then I'll try to talk about it again in my next video. This is DeAndre Horton signing off with the message.